What are the absolute easiest ways with low risk to start making money online that aren't OnlyFans? In this episode, I'm going to share with you, out of all of the options we have, making courses, running ads, all of that stuff, what are the easiest ways that you could start setting up today if you want to start making money online? Hello, and welcome to Fail to Win, the show where we love to make mistakes and learn from them so you can turn your passion into profits and live life on your own terms. I'm Amy van der Putten from FastForwardAmy, your host and coach, and I'll bring you a new episode with simple strategies every Tuesday. If you ask ChatGPT, hey ChatGPT, what can I do to start making money online? It will generate a lot of options for you. But there are three big ones that have the most success, and I ran some numbers. So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you, if you want to make 1,000 euros a month extra, for example, how could you do that if you wanted to start doing it online, and what type of numbers would you need to hit? So the first thing I want to talk about is affiliate marketing. I recently set up a new Instagram account, and because I set up that new Instagram account, the algorithm wasn't set up like my other account had it set up. And all of a sudden I stumbled upon all of these really amazing Instagram pages of women creating content about their home. So like home makeover videos, interior design videos, decorating with Amazon stuff. And they all generate affiliate revenue from the things they sell for Amazon, for example. And I'm not saying you need to do this with Amazon. I just want to outline the example. So one of those people I follow is Danielle Donahue. She makes really Instagrammable content. I think if I would describe her ideal client, it would probably be a millennial who wants an Insta-worthy home, who doesn't have the budget to buy design furniture. So she tends to not necessarily thrift shop, but she wants to find bargains online. And so she kind of shares hacks and stuff with her audience on that. And I love following the account. I haven't bought anything so far, but it has opened my eyes that apparently there's a lot of stuff you can find online. I tend to try to shop local, but just it is mesmerizing to follow these pages. It's kind of like, the home edit or something where you just follow how they organize their fridge, how they buy the nicest furniture. I love it. And so the way Danielle makes her money on her account is she runs affiliate marketing. So she has an affiliate set up for Amazon, and she will, for example, promote a sleeper sofa. And I looked it up, and on Amazon, you get between 2 to 10% of affiliate revenue on what you're selling. So basically, if we go back to the drawing board and we say, okay, hey, we want to start making 1K extra a month, and we are looking at an average of 5% on affiliate income, then that would mean that you would need to create 20,000 in sales in order to have 1,000 for yourself from that affiliate revenue. Is it a viable thing to start doing? Yes. Of course, if you are selling furniture, it will add up faster and tech stuff than if you are selling software. For me, I think the upside is that you don't need to make products, which saves you a lot of time, and you can start selling before you've made products. Some of the downsides is you are very reliant on someone else's policy. I've had it in the past that I was an affiliate for software, for example, and they had recurring affiliate revenue, and then all of a sudden they just decided to stop that. And then, you've put months or years into promoting a system, and then they just cut you off. It's very much not done. I was very unhappy about that. I also told them, because for me, it was a revenue stream of a couple of thousand a year, which is, it's not fun when they cut that off. I don't necessarily feel that on my bottom line of my business, but it's also more of a loyalty thing. So I don't like being dependent on someone else's rule sets. And I think that is a disadvantage of affiliate marketing. If you're doing it with products, another disadvantage could be that you do kind of have to buy those products before you can put it out there. But I do think, especially in the home organizing space, software, gear, that there is a lot of money to be made with affiliate marketing. And as I said, the really big advantage here is that you don't have to make the product yourself. Downside might be that you are reliant on someone else's game, rules. And also that you have to kind of invest in those things before you start selling it, obviously. The second thing you could do if you want to start making money online is you can start building something that gets you advertising revenue. And so if we go to the same calculation and we look at wanting to make 1,000 a month extra, and you would want to get that, for example, through YouTube ads. I looked it up and there's a lot of variables at play, but basically you would have to hit between 100,000 to 1,000,000 views before you get that kind of money in, if I'm not mistaken. This is what the internet is telling me. And I think, the upside there is, again, you don't need a product necessarily. You can bank on the advertising revenue. If you set up really smart channels like what they're currently calling cash cow channels, there are a lot of strategies that you can dive into to set this up fairly quickly. I do think that the downside is that building the skill set required to do something like this, if you're building the skill set anyways, might as well also put it to use to sell your own products, is my opinion. Because again, advertising revenue, then we're also dependent on someone else's rules. So I think that for most people, if you don't know where to get started online, affiliate marketing is going to be an easier start than advertising revenue, because you are going to be able to get the sales. You can practice on getting the sales in without being salesy, but you don't need the skill sets of what you would need if you would go for advertising revenue. To this day, I can't help myself, but my favorite is still digital products. I love selling something you've made. The upside is, you can just scale and it doesn't cost you more. So for example, this morning I opened up my phone and I saw that I had a 22 euro sale. Now, 22 euros isn't a whole lot, but it is almost pure profit. Yeah, I have to pay a little transaction fee, but I made that masterclass once and I'm still selling it multiple times every single day. And even better, you can start selling your digital products without having to have made them already. So a lot of people tend to postpone creating an online income because they think, well, then I need a product and I don't know what people want and blah, blah, blah. But I always kind of support the fact that you get to host a little pre-order launch. So I always sell something before I make it. And I know a lot of people struggle with that concept, but it's actually really smart because I always start selling something like, for example, my business club now, my 21-day challenge, because I start selling it before I make it, I also get clients in a lot of questions and I can take into account what they're asking me in order to build my curriculum. So for example, right now I got a lot of questions like, oh, how much time do I need to complete the challenge? I'm hosting a 21-day challenge. So I am taking that into account when I'm making it, that it's really efficient so people can do it in as little time as possible. Another question I got is, what if I don't have an audience yet? Can I follow your challenge? So that means that now I am actually creating something, an extra video on, or like extra insights in my videos on, by the way, if you don't have an audience yet, pay attention to this. If you already have an audience, pay attention to this. So the feedback I'm getting while I'm selling in pre-order is actually ensuring that I'm also making a better product. It's not just the money part, it's also really the feedback part. And on top of that, obviously, I'm getting paid to create something. People are already buying. We had 160K launch already before we actually had the product set up. And that means that obviously that hacked me to actually make the product. Whereas if I'm just reliant on myself and I have to wait until I'm disciplined enough to make a product, that's going to be a bit more difficult. So I love digital products. And if we do the maths here, let's say you have a 50 euro product, you would only need to sell 20 of those to hit your first 1K extra. So sure, there are advantages to all of these. I think you could definitely give affiliate marketing a go. You can give advertising revenue a go. But why don't you start by building your own brand name, your own audience? You start by selling something you are making, and then you start adding affiliate revenue on top of that. And if you feel like you're really strong at creating content, then maybe advertising revenue could be a path you take. But I think for 99.9% of people who are going into online business right now, that isn't going to be the deal breaker from the get-go. It might be a nice addition like along the way, but it's not going to make or break your income in the beginning. And yeah, I would say if you're looking at stuff like this, always make sure that you are creating enough upside for yourself. And I just love the feeling that when I get an idea, I can start selling it. And then I can see, oh, if 100 people bought it, okay, then I will make it. Stuff like that. I love creating digital products. Now, I know that if you're listening to this, you're someone who is probably intrigued by passive income as well. You are probably looking for a way to make some extra money on the side, maybe in your business to make a part of it online. Maybe you just want to create extra money in your side hustle. And if that is you, I created something for you because in the past couple of years, I have discovered what it takes to build true passive income that is a little bit active, but mostly passive. And I see so many people making mistakes against this because they are afraid to invest, because they don't know what type of product to choose. And I want to show you how simple it gets to be and that you only need 3 steps in order to build your own passive income. So if you want to learn from me, I would love to share with you my formula. If you just go to Instagram to FastForwardAmy and you DM me the word formula, I'm going to send you the link to my 60-minute training where I outline for you exactly how you can apply my method to get your own passive income in for 1K extra a month or even more along the way. Okay, so DM me the word formula and I will help you out by setting up your passive income. Let's go. Let's make it a really great day. I hope you enjoyed this short episode. Ask yourself what you feel called to. And I would also just say, always run the maths because affiliate marketing or advertising revenue, it sounds really cool. But if you run the actual numbers, if you get that kind of audience in, why don't you just bet on yourself and create your own digital products?